Hello everyone. Today I'll be commenting on a situation in Spain where the government has legalized 500,000 of illegal migrants. I suggest we watch the reporting first, and then we could discuss it. So let me show you. So that's basically Australian right-wing media, Sky News Australia. It's like Australian Fox News, you could say. But I hope we could separate the reporting from their bias.
A huge number of Pakistani migrants have lined up outside the consulate in Spain in a bid to get their paperwork together to apply for legal status. The queues come after the leftist Spanish government announced a plan to grant legal status to 500,000 foreign nationals who can prove they have no criminal record and have lived in Spain for at least 5 months before the start of 2026. The legal status will give the migrants the ability to legally work and 1-year residency permit, which could be extended.
Spain has announced it will grant legal residency to 500,000 undocumented migrants, and the impact could be seen immediately. In Barcelona, hundreds lined up outside the Pakistani consulate, hoping to secure the paperwork needed to apply.
There will be a lot of difference, like I can travel to my home country and with my parents and work here legally, so I can pay my tax, and further I can apply for my permanent residency.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so by itself, I don't really have any problems with what this guy is saying. Yes, it's you know, immigration shouldn't be illegal in general. Like he should be able to come in and work with whoever he wants. It's his freedom of association. It's part of free market capitalism. So yeah, that's would be correct, but there is a catch, right? So let's see what it's gonna
Elon
say.
Musk has weighed in on the situation, retweeting this commentator who said, Spain just legalized 500,000 illegal aliens to defeat the far right. It's not even a secret anymore. By legalizing 500,000 illegals under the guise of defeating the far right, Pedro Sanchez is essentially dropping the mask. This is electoral engineering. The logic is simple. Legalize 500,000 people, fast track them to citizenship, which takes as little as 2 years for many, and you've effectively imported a massive loyal voting bloc that's indebted to the left. This sparked backlash from Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who fired back, responding, Mars can wait, humanity can't. He then doubled down in an address to the nation, saying, when did recognizing rights become something radical?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I understand how the left tries to frame it. Indeed, we are just restoring the rights. Like as I said, yes, in a capitalist country, you would have this right, but there is a certain context missing. Yeah, so the previous, commentator, I mean, on Twitter mentioned that these are the new voters which be indebted to the left. But what makes them indebted to the left? It's not like they come here to just work. They actually, well, will be benefiting from the welfare programs. If you have some sort of social democracy already with a welfare state, it's not just about protection of rights anymore. It's about redistribution of wealth. So the wealth is redistributed from people who work and produce to those who don't work and don't produce. So yeah, you could expect this move to be understood as an invitation of some sort of parasites who will, take and not give. Like they will get things which they have never earned. And indeed, I just asked AI about it, what the situation is. And it's true that Spain has all those programs. If you look at the resources he gave me is this website, Asylum Information Database. So what they have, so they provide, as they include coverage of personal expenses for basic necessities and items for personal use, transportation, clothing for adults and children, educational activities, training in social and cultural skills, learning of hosting country language. Well, this is not providing rights. This is just, again, giveaway, just free stuff. Long lifetime training, leisure and free time, childcare, complementary educational type, as well as aid to facilitate the autonomy of the beneficiaries. So there's several stages. On the first stage, they're receiving hygiene kits, baby food, health check and care, legal psychological assistance. On the next phase, they receive social support, language course, schooling for children, and still on the final phase, financial support for covering basic needs according to individual necessities. Yeah. What it entails, 56 euros per month. It's not a lot, but again, all necessities are covered. Public transportation, clothes, health related expenses. So it's just, again, free stuff. This is not capitalism. Yeah. All of the problems which these countries are facing would disappear if they just get rid of it. Like, if they just get rid of it, only the strongest and the most talented people who truly motivated in immigrating into the country will be able to do it, which is how it should be. Yeah, and on top of that, you know that they are not enforcing the law against them, based again on the EU egalitarian ideology, that you can't apply the same standards to these poor oppressed minorities, and that's worsens the problem. Yeah, that's yeah. By the way, it's only the beginning. I mean, here they also give them some social welfare, which some things citizens usually qualify for. You see, the same rules apply to refugees and subsidiary protection beneficiaries. Yeah, refugees and subsidiary protection beneficiaries have access to social welfare under the same conditions as Spanish nationals. They're entitled to, among others, employment and unemployment benefits, scholarship, social assistance allowances, emergency allowances for housing. So yeah, they will benefit from all the welfare state. They cite some sort of Article 36 of Asylum Act. And it's all, like, that's before they become legalized. If they become legal migrants, they will have access to a way broader scale of welfare. For example, this newly developed universal basic income for poor families, which I think is kind of insane, just insane program. As you can see, there are some requirements for eligibility, but they're not very strict. And yes, are migrants eligible? Yes, migrants who have been living legally in Spain for at least a year can apply for the guaranteed minimum income. Now, how much is it? There is no set amount, as the payment depends on the family's income and the overall situation. The lowest rate will be basically €500 per month, and the highest 1,000. Yeah, so it's a huge money. I mean, it's serious money already. Yeah, so this new 500,000 people will be eligible in 1 year. Yeah, in case you're curious, how is it compared to other countries? It's pretty comparable. However, Germany has even more. Germany and UK, they pay more. So yeah, it's hypocritical for the left to say that we are just restoring rights here. No, they're actually sacrificing those people who pay taxes to those who don't pay them, those who work and produce to those who don't work and produce. And they do it on every level, as you can see, the same with the enforcement of the law. Yeah, in case you wonder how much it costs in total, well, Grok says like 2 billion euros annually. It's probably not a lot compared to all welfare, and which is a lot of right-wingers get wrong. They think that, oh, we just need to deport the migrants and then, the national debt will go away. Well, no, that's not how it works. Most of the welfare beneficiaries are still American. Yet there is a Cato Institute study about it. You could have a look. I think Bob Murphy made a perfect review of it. The problem with welfare is that it breeds crime. That was a situation with black people in America, and that's a situation with migrants in Europe. If you are incentivized to stay unemployed because your unemployment checks depends on it, essentially that means you are also incentivized to work illegally, right? It means to participate in some sort of crime, right? And of course, again, it's all coupled with non-enforcement of the law against those people. So I think that's a real problem, and the backlash is justified, and the left is not being completely honest here. Now let's see what will they reply. Yeah.
Online commentators lashed out at the Spanish Prime Minister, with this person saying, "You are not going against the current. You are doing, at record speed, what our entire establishment is doing, replacing the native population. You are not recognizing rights. You are rewarding those who broke the law. You are violating the rights of your own people."
Well, yeah, I mean, this is, I know this politician is, I think, famous Netherlands right-wing influencer, right? She is right to say that he is violating the rights of his own people, by taxing them, essentially, taxing them against their will. When she said that he's rewarding the ones who broke the law, in this situation, formally, yes, because they broke the law when they immigrated illegally. But this law shouldn't have been in place in the first place. That because that law is immoral.
Who did not break the law. You are violating the rights of your own people, those to whom these lands actually belong. You are replacing.
No, lands don't really belong to the collectives, right?
Betraying and selling out your own people and the rest of Europe with that. Your forefathers who led the Reconquista are rolling in their graves seeing what you are doing to Spain. Future generations will not forgive you for what you are doing. We will not forgive nor forget what you are doing. And this commentator was enraged at the PM, saying, "You are a traitor. You are betraying Spain and Europe for fake values that don't exist. You are killing a 5,000-year-old ethno-cultural continuity."
Yeah, I don't know. You see what they're trying to offer? Some sort of ethnoculture continuity. So these people think in terms of some sort of race or ethnicity, and that's not a real solution. Like, I don't think, I don't think you could truly build your country around that. And if you try it, it's not going to end well. And indeed, unfortunately, I see what's happening, right? Instead of, restoring the free market capitalism, no, we're trying to preserve socialism, but just make it national socialism, right? That's the same response as happened in Weimar Republic. You shift from globalist socialism to national socialism, trying to preserve the ethnic culture.
Shame on you. Future European generations will despise you. And it's not only the Spanish Prime Minister pushing for large-scale migration. Far-left politician and member of the Podemos party, Irene Montero, shockingly told an event on the 31st of January 2026 in Zaragoza that she is in favor of the replacement theory.
Quiero pedirles a las personas migrantes y racializadas que por favor no nos dejen solas con tanto facha. Y claro que sí queremos que voten, claro que sí, hemos conseguido papeles, regularización ya, y ahora vamos a por la nacionalidad o a cambiar la ley para que puedan votar, por supuesto. Ojalá, teoría del reemplazo, ojalá podamos barrer de fachas y de racistas este país con gente migrante, con gente trabajadora. Claro que yo quiero que haya reemplazo, reemplazo de fachas, reemplazo de racistas, reemplazo de vividores, y que lo podamos hacer con la gente trabajadora de este país, tenga el color de la piel que tenga, sea china, negra, marrona, con todas compañeras las gentes trabajadoras de este país.
Well, as you can see, it got pretty heated. Yeah, this people truly hate each other. And I don't know how the situation is going to get resolved because they're not on the right track. What happened is either some sort of Iranian scenario where the left will join the Muslims, the Islamists, and then they took power, and after that Islamists will just purge the left, and we have some sort of theocratic regime in Europe at some point, or we'll have a repetition of the Hitler scenario, where the right wing will took power and then they try to purge the left and the migrants, including the one who are innocent and did nothing wrong. And it's like they shift the blame from the leftists to those who receive the welfare. But those who receive the welfare, they did nothing wrong. They just react to the incentives which were created by the system. However, the right usually don't recognize this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna end here on the sad note, and see you next time.